best pro wrestling podcast. I don't get it. What does that mean?
Are you kidding me?
What does that mean? I don't get it.
Why? What is this all about?
Why? Rusev Day is not a joke.
It's Rusev Day.
Another time.
Hug me. Hold me tight.
Bludgeon Brothers.
What else? I don't get it.
My name's Tommy Stryker. This is the best pro wrestling podcast, and I don't get it either.
What does that mean?
Joining me this week is Taco.
What up?
And Joe.
It's Rusev Day.
Every day's Rusev Day, especially
Rusev number one.
Here on the best pro wrestling podcast. So, yeah. If you're new to the show, thanks for checking it out. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Share the show on social media at BPW Podcast, Facebook.com/Best Pro Wrestling Podcast. We try to keep it positive on this show. We try to just talk about the things we like. We try not to be too much of negative Nancy's and
hashtag the
bring
best.
everything down.
So
that's what we're kind of about on this show. I'm just coming off a really fun wrestling vacation I just had in Chicago, where I went to the Ring of Honor show and a couple of indie shows down there, a big 2-day tournament. Of course, the opening of the Pro Wrestling Tees store. A lot of fun there. We talked about that extensively on Strong Honor this week, so if you want to hear more about my trip to Chicago and those shows, check out the other show that we do called Strong Honor. Find it on bestprowrestlingpodcast.com. And we got the new logo for Strong Honor. That'll be up on iTunes shortly, probably this week, but I'm not making any promises yet. That's a whole process of getting that submitted to all the different podcast providers. But you can definitely get it stronghonor.com or bestprowrestlingpodcast.com. It is available on this feed, and it also has its own exclusive feed. And it'll probably just be available at some point in the future only on its exclusive feed, but we'll hit up that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there down the road.
Taking it day by day.
Definitely.
Cross the T's and dot your lowercase J's.
But yeah, check out that the cool new logo for Strong Honor, made by the same company that did the logo for Best Pro Wrestling Podcast, Spot Monkey Media. Gotta send a big shout out and a thank you to Chris Huffman over there at Spot Monkey Media for
thanks, Chris.
Thanks.
Awesome work on the logos. So yeah, like I said, check out Strong Honor for all the fun stories of being in Chicago, spending too much money at Pro Wrestling Tees, going there 2 days in a row, being awestruck by big time professional wrestlers in a small time setting. So yeah, lots of fun. But let's get into things WWE. We got a big pay-per-view.
Didn't watch anything.
Big pay-per-view coming this weekend. We're going to fill in Taco on what happened.
Oh, it was so funny because, like, I missed Raw on Monday. Just kind of, my girlfriend's sick, so I was kind of, running some errands and stuff and just kind of took care of some shit and, kind of read up on it. I was like, that was neat. Cool. And then like Tuesday it was actually my birthday on Tuesday, and she
Happy
was
birthday.
still, hey, thanks. And she was still fucking sick. So I'm like, hey, what do you need from the store or whatever? She's like, no, just watch wrestling. You just chill. I was like, nah, fucking, what do you need? She's like, no, you're gonna be 2 days behind. I'm like, no, I'll just listen to the Best Pro Wrestling Podcast and catch up. And then she just stares at me blank face like, but you're talking on it.
Well, that's the great thing about this show. We got 3 people. We're all fans. We're talking about it. And look, as a fan, there's lots of fans. There's too much wrestling to watch. And so if you miss it one week, it's fine. There's podcasts talking about it. You can get caught up online. And we're going to talk about
Sling TV. I have it recorded anyways.
Exactly. So we'll get to it. It's fine. So I would never shame one of you guys, and I hope you would never
shame the fuck out of Joe.
Oh, absolutely.
Shame.
So I would hope you guys wouldn't shame me if I missed Raw and SmackDown one week, which would be a really awkward show. I think I would just
so it'd be me and Joe talking about dicks for an hour.
I've often thought what it would be like if I had laryngitis one week, or
we're making it work.
What would happen if Joe or Taco had to host the show and I was just kind of off to the side, just doing sound bites instead of talking?
You'd get things like me asking if Jinder Mahal is a cruiserweight.
right. Be a lot of
My botch.
So anyway, let's get into Raw and some predictions for TLC this weekend, huh?
Monday Night Raw.
TLC in town this weekend.
Are they? She's live?
That's right. I'm not sure what that's a reference to.
TLC.
That's right.
What else?
I broke Joe.
Taco, you are both crazy, sexy, and cool. But TLC in town, the WWE pay-per-view. I don't have any tickets as of yet because I work Sundays, but if I get off on time, maybe I'll sneak over to the Target Center.
I've been trying to win them all over the place.
Yeah, Joe's
very unlucky.
Joe's been trying to win tickets. Taco, are you going to TLC?
Well, I was definitely going to go, but I had to fucking buy my goddamn bike back that I got stolen in my own fucking garage because, as NWA says, fuck the police.
I might have to edit that. I don't know. But yeah, no, you had a very bad experience.
Yeah, it's just not the Minneapolis PD, but some of the local cops didn't really help me out at all when.
So you're down a pile of cash because you had to buy your own bicycle back.
I had to buy my own shit back.
So your TLC money might be out the door. So Joe is trying to win tickets. So if any listeners out there have a spare ticket for a well-discounted price, or if you want to, if you're feeling generous and you want to bring Joe along as
He's
a friend.
got those DSLs.
So you can... You could bring Joe along. Hit Joe up at Joe BPWP.
Send dick pics.
So
plenty of them, please.
His DMs are wide open. Yeah. So TLC this weekend. How do you guys feel about this? We got no Universal title. We got no Intercontinental title. We got Kane added to the mix. Taco, are you privy to what happened here?
I definitely read up on Raw and SmackDown. I did definitely, between the two shows, go back and watch the Fashion Files.
Nice. So, yeah, we got 5-on-3. Vince McMahon thinking, well, if we add Kane and then Roman Reigns can beat all 5 of them up and then it'll really be over then. That's the only thing I'm thinking of in this situation here.
It's completely true.
I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on 5-on-3 Shield versus Kane and the boys? Kane rising up from under the ring again. I want to talk about this main event here for a minute. So they go out of their way, right? And I guess I'm going to get a little negative here, but it'll happen from time to time. So they go out of their way to say, everybody's banned from ringside. Nobody can come down. So the first thing that happens is Miz comes out and gets on commentary. Then they say, okay, not only is everybody banned from ringside, but we're locking the door. The door is locked. The door is not in play, which I'm
awesome.
Very much in favor of in a cage match. So, but of course, everybody comes running out. They almost get in the cage. They're climbing on the cage. They're preventing Roman Reigns from climbing out of the cage. So the guys being banned from ringside means absolutely nothing. Then they go in the tag teams, the Bar and Ambrolins are fighting those two tag teams. They brawl into the back. They cut away from it for like 5 minutes. So then Strowman and Reigns are just in the ring laying there dead while these other guys are fighting in the back. And then Miz goes to the back and closes a garage door out on the loading dock so that these fighting tag teams can't get back in. So you had them banned. You had them banned from ringside, right? But they come out anyway. But then they fight to the back, and then Miz locks them out. They were banned from This was a completely unnecessary spot. They were banned from ringside. They didn't have to come out.
How have I not seen any memes of Miz just closing a garage door on something awkward? Like, that is like set up for gold.
It was fabulous. So he closes the garage door, and so here's the great thing. he closes the garage door. They cut back to the ring. Fucking Reigns and Strowman are finally just starting to get up. So they've been just laying there the whole time. Miz comes back out to commentary. The first thing he says is, "What did I miss?" I'm sitting here thinking, you missed nothing. They've been laying there. All the action has been in the back. All unnecessary because they were banned from ringside. So then the match continues. Of course, Kane shows up. He crawls up through under the ring through a perfectly square hole. Multiple choke slams and tombstone pile drivers later. Braun Strowman gets the win. So making it Miz and the new Miztourage with the bar and Braun Strowman and Kane facing the Shield. Now, if this made sense, if this was any other form of sport or whatever, if anything made sense, Kurt Angle would come out sometime before the pay-per-view and say, "No, this is what. God damn it! I banned these motherfuckers from ringside. Kane, what do you think they're doing? It doesn't matter. Everybody was banned from.
You're still on the SmackDown roster, for Christ's sake.
Because everybody was banned." Everything that happens after that is moot. The match should have been over. It's a 3-on-3 match. Your chance to add an extra guy is moot. You drank fizzy lifting drinks. Good day, sir. You're done. So it was just, I couldn't believe it. They banned him from ringside, but that wasn't enough. They came out and then Miz had to lock them out of the building.
Gotta get him on screen, man. Gotta get that screen time.
But yeah, so I don't know. I like that the Shield is a thing again. That's fun. I like him coming out to the music and all of that. It doesn't get Reigns anymore over for me. It's just a fun thing.
Dude, that crowd is hot for him now. Just overnight. Like, WWE did the smartest thing right now, reuniting this Shield, and it's basically not to fucking make money off the Shield. It's to do the hard reboot on Roman Reigns. Since everything else wasn't working, fucking get the Shield back together, and it's working. It's fucking working 100%.
You're right. It is working to that aspect. Reigns has looked more relaxed, been much cooler.
Oh, I'm not just the crowd though. They're eating him up now. They love it. They love everything he's doing. Like, they see him, they're like, "Oh, hey, it's Roman Reigns." It's like, dog, you were just talking shit back a week ago. Like,
to me, it doesn't quite feel on the level that you're saying, but I've definitely noticed an improvement to that direction. But it doesn't feel necessarily to me like a complete reboot, like you say yet. To me, it just feels like a scheme to get Roman over. So we'll see. But I like your idea of a reboot of Roman. So,
well, it's kind of not erasing his last couple of years, but it's just kind of putting them right back where they were with the Shield to, get those cheers going for him, to build him up from that standpoint.
All right, all that being said, what are your predictions? The Shield versus The Miz, The Bar, Braun Strowman, and the Demon Kane.
Shield's going to walk out. I mean, they got to overcome the odds. They got to beat everybody down. But I do have one political question to ask. Does this mean that Kane is not the mayor of his town?
I don't know if election season is coming up.
I was about to say.
Typically, elections happen in November, so maybe this is his last big push for his campaign. I have no idea.
God, it just doesn't make goddamn sense.
Welcome to America.
Shield overcome. I have a reason for why he came back, but Shield overcome.
Taco.
I am actually looking forward to this match just because it's so just chaotic,
Sure.
As much as I hate fucking the feud between Ambrose and Miz, it's been going on for over a fucking year now, and here we are still seeing them in the main event scene against each other.
They're not the focus, but I know what you're saying.
Not the focus, but they're still, that comfortable with each other that they're always going at it, whether it's a tag match, a fucking multi-man match, or a fucking singles match. But, it's just going to be a fun fucking beat 'em all. I kind of wish that they did have the tag championships and the Intercontinental up for grabs at least, because it's a fucking TLC match. What's the point if they don't have to climb a ladder for anything? There's just I feel like there needs to be a little bit more on the line, regarding something. An
incentive of some sort.
Yeah, but it's just kinda,
maybe a unique opportunity.
It's just kind of there to get the Shield going again. So so it's gonna be a fun fucking match.
It is a handicap match as well.
I guess that makes it a handicap match.
5-on-3. Yeah, the Roman Reigns is going to murder Kane and send him back under the ring and back to his hometown to finish up his election cycle.
I like the randomness of Kane coming back. It's just, who saw that fucking coming?
Now,
That's
my
what we
question
want.
is one, I mean, Kane is up there. I mean, he's got to be close to some form of retirement, being the big guy he is, maybe.
I don't get it.
But could Roman Reigns retire both Kane and Undertaker?
Absolutely, because first of all, it doesn't make any sense for Kane to come back and join the Miz of all people.
Right.
That's just
I don't get it.
Why?
What is this all about?
Why?
Well, didn't the Shield fucking take out Taker and him and have an issue with them before?
sure, probably.
There you go.
Yep,
There you
happened
go.
at some point.
There you go. There's your explanation right there. But yeah, Reigns is going to murder Strowman and Kane, and the Shield are going to win and be victorious, and everybody will be happy at the end of it.
I hope they have a bronze-sized table like the Dudleys had for him when he was with the Wyatts.
Other stuff for TLC. The only other title match is I guess we got a cruiserweight title too. I'm sorry.
What's that?
Alexa Bliss versus Mickie James for the women's title. I've liked Mickie James's promos the last couple of weeks. She's been a little more. She's been serious. She's been good. The Alexa Bliss body shaming, age shaming stuff. I should say
Biscuit butt.
Biscuit butt's a nice line. But yeah, the age shaming I haven't cared for. Just feels like it's going to be Alexa Bliss keeping the title here, but what do you guys think here?
I like Mickie James actually walking out with it. I mean, give her little run. I don't know how long she's going to be signed or how extensive with the fact that she did I think she got inducted into the Indian Music Hall of Fame.
Something along
over
those
the way
lines, yeah.
weekend or something like that. I could see her getting one last run, and and with Bliss, I feel like she just works better going for the title as a heel. I mean, she's dastardly. She'll do what she can, and I'm very interested to see where they go with Nia Jax being gone as well, which is something we didn't bring up. I forgot.
Yeah. I didn't bring it up because I don't really have too much to say.
There's
on
no
it.
info, really.
Which it sounds like she asked for a leave of absence. It wasn't. Early speculation was that she walked out like Neville, but it wasn't something like that. It was more she asked for a leave of absence for.
I was reading she was pissed too because her spot, she was supposed to be an Emma spot fighting Asuka Sunday and things like that. But yeah, right. So it's just like, lady, you still got some shit to prove before you can, walk out, ask for a release on the company. Like, what are you gonna go fucking do? Like,
I heard it. I didn't even hear it was all that. I think it was just. I heard it was for personal reasons, a leave of absence. So it could be a family situation, could be an illness or an injury. Who knows?
Yeah.
So I don't want to speculate too much on that. But they quickly moved Alicia Fox into the feud with Sasha Banks,
who has merch now.
So after 10 years, we finally got an Alicia Fox T-shirt. But we're getting ahead of ourselves, getting back to the Mickie James and Alexa Bliss match. I'm with you, Joe. I want Mickie James to win. They've told a good story there of me wanting to see her beat the shit out of the biscuit butt Alexa Bliss. But I just feel like it's just a setup match to put Bliss over here. But what do you think, Taka? What's your prediction?
Yeah, with the whole Asuka factor coming in now, I'd say keep the strap on Alexa Bliss and keep her looking like a strong, powerful heel. So when she does make it down there to face Asuka,
thing is she hasn't looked strong. She's been a WWE heel who bullshits her way into winning. Had the Nia Jax friends.
She's like the best looking women's champion since really Sasha and Charlotte's feud.
Well, and with Asuka, do you think that they will keep her? I mean, she wasn't technically even a babyface when she left NXT. I mean, she wasn't like complete heel, but she would do anything to win the championship.
A little bit, but on her way out, she beat Ember Moon clean as a whistle. They did that thing at the WrestleMania weekend where she kind of threw the ref into Ember Moon.
She's coming in facing Emma.
Right, yeah, and her coming out facing Emma is putting her good. I think they're going to do pretty good with with Asuka to start with. I'm very curious to see what Asuka's going to look like 6 months from now, being with what they do with Nakamura and AJ Styles at first, and how they really botched Bayley and Sasha Banks to a certain extent. So
I feel like Bayley botched herself.
That's certainly an opinion I won't argue with you on too. I would argue too that they didn't put her in the best position. It did not. What do you call it? They didn't accentuate her positives. In other words, they almost showcased what she's bad at, like talking and in-ring promos and stuff like that. So, which is something that, they're doing it with Nakamura too. They're throwing him out there in the ring to talk for a while. So they're probably going to do the same thing with Asuka. But it's just a matter of, can she come across as a badass in those situations and just be that badass that she's been on NXT for the past year and a half or whatever it's been.
Well, and even with the hard accent, I think that the simplicity of her promos that she's done in NXT, she
makes her point.
Yeah, she makes it simple and straight to you. I'm coming for you, and I'm gonna beat you.
But the thing is, if they put her out there on Raw, like they've been doing with Nakamura out there saying like children's nursery rhymes, like sticks and stones break my bones. That was awful. Again, I'm gonna give it time, but I'm cautiously. No, I am not optimistic on what. I'm not optimistic at all on what. I'm hoping that it's good, and obviously, my prediction is that she whoops the shit out of Emma here. But more than likely,
I think we'll get a good match.
I think because it's Emma, they're going to have probably a 10-minute competitive match, which again I kind of think is a mistake here. They did the same when they brought in Nakamura. The first thing he did was have a competitive match with Dolph Ziggler. If Nakamura is this awesome badass, he comes in and beats the shit out of Ziggler in like 2 minutes because Ziggler's been painted as this loser for. Same thing with Emma. It's not like Emma has this competitive momentum behind her or anything. She's behind the 8 ball. She's kind of a loser. She's doing her Twitter gimmick. So Asuka is a badass. She should come in and defeat someone like Emma right away, really quickly, and damn near a squash match. But they won't do that because they want to protect all the main roster women, and it'll be like I said, probably a 10-minute competitive match where Asuka, gets a definitive victory in the end, but she'll have to sell probably for a while for Emma. But we'll see.
Well, and I don't like that. On Raw, there wasn't one mention of the history and the fact that Asuka has faced Emma in NXT. There wasn't anything brought up of that. And then you go to SmackDown, and Cole won't shut the fuck up about the history between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in NXT, him trying to end his career after winning his championship, and just bringing it up constantly. I don't like the differing history, but I don't like the differing history, like trying to ignore certain subjects. They didn't have a bad match either, even in NXT.
No.
But I think the idea is that selling this as a fresh matchup, which in a way it is because Emma's been away from NXT for so long, and Emma's a completely different animal now than what she was in NXT. So I kind of like the idea of them approaching this as a fresh matchup, even though, like you said, Joe, they definitely have that history that they could and possibly should pull from. So I can't be mad with that opinion either.
Well, that's a nitpicky thing too. So
but again, I think predictions-wise, we're all in agreement that Asuka walks away.
Nope.
With that one.
I'm just kidding.
You kind of had me going there.
I'm not finished with you!
We got a couple of cruiserweight matches on this show. The cruiserweight title defended here, Kalisto versus Enzo. I kind of think Enzo's just winning this thing right back. I don't know. What do you got? Taka, where are you on the did you watch 205 live this week?
I didn't watch shit, man.
Oh, man, you missed out. Drew Gulak, he got to slide 9.
That's right, yeah.
Oh,
and
shit.
It's like we're in Canada. It's Bizarro World. Joe and I watched 205 live. And you didn't, so we got another slide from Gulak, and
good, yes.
And another
Gulak is the best thing about 205.
Got to watch the kickoff show. We're getting slide 10.
Yes, moving on up.
So yeah, what do you think of as far as Kalisto and Enzo there, Taco?
I want keep the strap on Kalisto at this point. Fuck, I don't even know really what the fuck to think with Enzo and the cruiserweight. You know, I definitely want to keep it on Kalisto and let that train ride for a little bit. But yeah,
weird question: is Jinder Mahal a cruiserweight?
I just don't know where to go with Enzo on this. Isn't he kind of buying people off though as a stable and?
Well, yeah. Now it started off the entire cruiserweight locker room was against him. Now all the heels are on him. Like he's got Arya Daivari out there with him. I forget who else now, Joe. But he's got 2 or 3.
Noam Dar.
Yeah, Noam Dar.
Okay.
Whatever other.
Cause I kind of like the thing too. Like some guys are going to be persuaded by some money.
Tony Nese.
Sure.
Sure.
I kind of like that aspect too of getting some of the cruiserweights on your side and start getting your own little clique going on in a sense.
Jinder Mahal.
Oh. So fuck it. Let's go with Enzo.
Joe, what do you think?
I'm with Taco that I want to see it stay on Kalisto because I want to see like an actual cruiserweight champion.
Has side plates,
right? Exactly. But
absolutely,
I think that with some skullduggery, Enzo's definitely going to get skullduggery. He's going to get that title back.
All right, the other, I guess, did we talk about, Alicia Fox, Sasha Banks, Alicia Fox taking the place of Nia Jax. There's something I like Alicia Fox. Her fucking crazy gimmick or whatever, I'm into it. I don't know.
She's just one of those, broads that have been around for fucking a while now, so
10 plus years,
10 plus years, and, it is kind of amazing that she's not further along than she is with her WWE career, but at the same time, though, she's. I appreciate the manager roles too, or the hot side piece role too. Like it's the wrestling business. You need people on the outside for certain characters, and she's always played that crazy part well. So. Yeah. Fuck yeah, good for her.
So they had a match on Monday between those two. Of course, Sasha Banks won with the bank statement, tapped her out. But because Fox attacked Banks after in the back, and this match too, fucking Sasha Banks' mouth got all bloodied up and everything too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Alicia Fox is wrestling pretty heavy right now.
She's bringing the stiffness to those matches, so I don't mind it.
Get out there, hit hard, girl.
She was born of a different. Women's wrestling time. I mean, she came in different.
Yeah,
time,
she's a diva,
and she's adjusted. I mean, they won't shut the fuck up about how long her legs are.
Even when
the entire match,
that's true. But yeah, even during that Divas era, I always felt like she always kind of brought something a little more legit or just a little bit more wrestling oriented.
Just like 1 or 2 steps behind though, where she should be.
Sure. So is this going to be the big Alicia Fox push? Or is it just another? I mean, Sasha Banks got the win on Monday. Is it possible that Alicia Fox gets the win here?
No. Sasha Banks is going to win again, but
What does that mean?
I think it just turns into one of those things that continues because this was thrown together. That
what else?
She just keeps she just attacks her after the match again.
Okay, Taco.
Alicia Fox. I'm sticking with that.
Yeah, that's your prediction.
I'm going for
Alicia Fox.
Let's do it up.
Skullduggery?
Let's do some skullduggery.
All right. Yeah, simply because Sasha Banks won the match on Monday, I'm thinking Foxy gets the win here. Skullduggery or not, let's give Alicia Fox. Fuck it. Let's have her beat her clean as a whistle. Fuck it. Sasha Banks hasn't done anything for me lately, and I'm into Alicia Fox. Fox is winning. She's going all the way. She's going to challenge Biscuit Butt for the championship and take it all the way to WrestleMania. Skullduggery or not.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm glad that she was vocal about where the fuck's my merch, and
she's selling T-shirts now.
It's good that fucking WWE stepped up, though, man. Like if you're gonna,
like 6,
WWE's not
going to Pro Wrestling Tees. I'm buying 6 Alicia Fox T-shirts. All the same, but I don't care. Taco, I'm sorry, I keep cutting you.
I lost it. Keep going.
Are you kidding me?
What else from TLC coming up? Oh my God, we have the Jacko Demon versus Sister Abigail. So it wasn't like I speculated last week that Finn would be another another face-painted thing altogether. He's going to be the demon, but he
Pumpkin King.
He looks like a fucking jack-o'-lantern.
He's the fucking Pumpkin King.
This is so dumb.
Oh, it's really bad.
I'm sorry, but I can't.
We had enough of you talking that flim-flam, that booty chatter.
I'm sorry. It's a lot of booty chatter that we're going to be talking.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Well, in NXT, what did they was it NXT London? He did the whole Jack the Ripper demon thing. That works. That makes sense. It's interesting. It's a different subject. What the fuck?
Well, it is Halloween season,
Ooh.
and this is for the children because this isn't appealing to anybody over the age of 12.
Wait, don't.
I have faith that the makeup's gonna be badass.
What? No, yes.
That was for Joe. The makeup will be good. Go ahead, Taco.
But about it.
What do you mean? The makeup for Finn or the makeup for Bray? I'm sorry, Sister Abigail.
So far, Finn has won all of the matches. Anything different this time out?
Predictions.
I hope not. I mean, I don't want Finn in this role fighting Bray just because he's the other weird guy that puts face paint on and just dresses up a little bit. Like, this is not his caliber. After Bray's shitty year, I mean, like, Finn needs to be in the Universal title, like, matchups fast. So he's
going to be doing something completely different.
Yeah, he better take this win. I don't want this to continue.
Remember, like 2 weeks ago when Bray Wyatt cut that kind of interesting promo, and I was
like, we were almost there.
This is a turn for the better, and then they shit on it a week later with him doing the veiled Sister Abigail with the high pitchy voice thing. Oh my God, that was horrible. And then just the way they did Finn Balor in his promo this week, he's in the ring, but they do this spooky video trickery where they superimpose the pumpkin head Finn as he's live in the ring. God, it was so fucking cheesy and stupid. God, come on now. But Finn Balor has to. He won the other two matches. If he doesn't win this one, it means we got to come back to it and do it all over again.
And I don't want that.
Please don't do that.
This is such like a wasted opportunity because it's like I don't mind the weird shit, the Sister Abigail. Like, it could be done right. It's just. It's not. You can have Finn win all these matches and still continue the feud for a few months, but just to have a fucking like makeup versus makeup match is kind of like ridiculous when the fucking best way is just like, like I fought the demon, I'm bringing out the dead, like the best way to end this feud would be a fucking buried alive match. Like,
yes, sir.
Like to end this, I need to end you. One of us needs to be ended. It would be a good way to get Bray off of TV for a little bit. Go fucking deal with your divorce drama right now and fucking put Balor fucking, and gives him a fucking crazy ass fucking match to be in. And, because everyone keeps looking at Bray like, oh, he's the Undertaker, he's still in that role. Yeah, not really, but let's keep pretending. But put him in this fucking like a buried alive match. Let's get a stipulation like that going on. It's just it'd be so fucking perfect for this feud, and it's just wasted.
I can't agree anymore. That's it's tremendous analysis.
It's a bunch of fuckery.
Tremendous analysis.
All right, what else? I think that's pretty much it for. Oh, no, we got Cedric Alexander teaming up with Rich Swann versus Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick.
Brian Kendrick.
Yeah, dude, get it right.
I have absolutely no opinion on that match, and I will not. I refuse to predict it.
Really? Why?
Any volunteers? I'm not invested in any of this. I just don't
They're all
care.
fun athletes, so I don't know.
The heels are going to take it.
Yeah.
Jack Gallagher and the Brian and Kendrick.
but
there's nothing working for Cedric and Swan right now because they just, just thrown together so they can fight the heels because they're the two good guys.
See, I feel like Cedric is that guy, though, to, like, if you put the strap onto Enzo, though, he's the guy to actually take it off of Enzo and definitively hold it. Like,
Cedric Alexander has looked really interesting lately. And
him and Gulak are my two favorite on 205.
Love me some Gulak.
You make a good Gulak, baby.
I got nothing. I can't.
No?
I just can't get into it, man. I can't get into Gulak. Cedric Alexander's been interesting, but it's still like, you got Gallagher out there running around in his suit, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
I don't like the
I
suit
don't like it at
wrestling,
all.
but I don't know. I'm digging the whole no-fly zone shit. Like,
No chance.
Did want to comment the Bar versus Ambrallins from Monday for the tag team titles was a
good match.
Good match with Ambrallins.
What about the
retaining.
Good Brothers and Elias?
The Good Brothers
That's the most
and
important
Elias.
thing. I did get to see that. I did go back now and think about it.
That was very entertaining. The Good Brothers warming. It was funny because Elias is like, I'm ready to sing my song, okay. And then the Good Brothers like, can we warm up? And Elias looking slightly annoyed. Just like, all right, fine. We'll let you warm. And then they warm up and they do their bit of singing, which is awful. And then Elias is like into it. He's like, hey man, you guys got it going on. Hey, remember when we did that thing? Let's do that again. Tremendous stuff there.
Everything that Elias is doing, I love it.
And then, the Jason Jordan, Apollo, and Titus O'Neil. So I wouldn't mind Jason Jordan joining the Titus brand at this point.
Why not?
Can we just erase the bit of history with the Kurt Angle son thing? Let's just not ever bring it up again. Throw him in Titus worldwide and have him get over. The only problem I have with that, and technically what's going on 205 Live, why are we doing this thing? Why do we just keep throwing the two black guys together? Or the three black guys together? That part, I mean, it sounds racist coming out of my mouth, but it jumps out at me on screen like I never see these guys teaming with somebody else. Why?
Yeah, it's a very McMahon move.
Which I guess technically I'm already wrong because Matt Hardy was teaming with Jason Jordan a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
so there was
teaming
that.
with everyone.
He is teaming with everybody, and when Jason Jordan teamed forever with Chad Gable. So I'll just shut my racist little mouth over here then.
I'm not a racist.
So, all right, that's TLC for you and the predictions, and let's move on and talk some SmackDown.
Change the subject. SmackDown Live.
I can be a superhero.
I'm going to make this a tag team match.
So the big thing out of SmackDown this week was
nothing.
Everybody's talking about the Sami Zayn promo and how Sami Zayn is
that's right.
awesome heel. He's got the same fucking music, but he comes out dancing to it like a fucking cock, and he's just fucking smiling. And it was cool because Daniel Bryan's out there at the beginning of the show, right, and he's running down the lineup. We've got a really special SmackDown for you, one like you've never seen before. We've got a 6-woman tag team match.
Holla.
And
Oh man, just because they're in Seattle, the cheer he got for that, I was straight up confused at what was going on.
right. Yeah, he was getting a huge reaction, and all he was doing was running down the show,
I'm going to make this a tag team
your
match.
typical SmackDown stuff, of course. But yeah, Sami Zayn coming out acting like a cock, smiling.
Sammy Wow Wow.
Yeah, Sammy Wow Wow, yeah. And just calling Daniel Bryan out and being like, look, man, I got to do what I got to do. And you know what? Look at a guy like you. If you would have just worked a little smarter and not worked so harder, maybe you'd be in the position that I am today. So fucking Sami Zayn, fucking ribbing Daniel Bryan, that really gets under the fans' skin. KO coming out and doing more of that. And yeah.
I'm glad he's not changing his music, because that's one thing I've been reading online about is a lot of people are really mad that he hasn't changed his music. But I like ska. I've gone to ska shows. Have you ever met ska people? Majority of them kind of smug pricks a lot of the time. So it's perfect for Sami Zayn right now.
Well, the things that he has changed are what matter. And initially, I was like, I'm not mad about the song change thing, but I was kind of the opinion he probably should change his song, but he's owning it. Look,
that's what I'm saying. Like it's so, because he's a ska punk rocker, like hands down.
Right.
Like like that's why I'm like, no, don't change it. Like he's the guy that's gonna own it. Like it's him,
and
100%.
It's the subtle changes. He's coming out in all black now, wearing the black hoodie with like the ska patch on it,
Yep.
kind of bringing that punk punk feel to it. So it's just okay. He's a little more of a gutter shitter now. So so just bringing that into it, and I just love him being that fucking cocky dick coming out and dancing in the music again. So him doubling down on the Kevin Owens stuff, and of course this upsets Daniel Bryan, who sets up the main event match between those two versus Nakamura and Randy Orton. Of course. Right, that's the hollow match, but the heels, of course, win with what else but the
skullduggery.
And then after the match, they're celebrating.
Wait, so Nakamura teamed up with
Randy Orton
after he got an RKO from him a couple weeks ago?
Probably, yeah.
Yes. Oh, fuck yeah, it's cool. Hickory dickory dock.
It's because they both wanted to punch those guys in the face. That's what they kept saying all night.
Right, because Daniel Bryan, obviously, he was upset with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, so I'm going to go in the back and find some guys that want to punch you in the face.
I can see that. Nakamura can take it.
So, yeah. But they did do it. There was a moment after the match, right, where they do the thing where a couple of people are on the stage and a couple of people are outside the ring and they're staring at each other back and forth, which is a weird WWE thing that they do all the time. But there was a moment there where Orton and Nakamura are standing they're next to each other, and I'm waiting for one of them to do something to each other. It's like Orton's going to hit that fucking RKO any second now. But what the fun part actually ended up being was on the stage, Sami Zayn and fucking Kevin Owens just up there just celebrating and hugging, and Kevin Owens is bragging, and he's on the mic, and he's just
Hug me! Hold me tight!
That was just great stuff.
Those two are magic together when they're like this, honestly.
Yeah. Other stuff from SmackDown Live, of course, we had Pulp Fashion 3 or 4 weeks late. This has worn a bit thin on me. I did like the Ascension trying to buddy up continually to Tyler Breeze and Fandango. Taka, what were your thoughts on the thing?
Oh, I'm kind of with you on it. The Ascension even mentioned jumping the shark. But I don't know. I'm still getting my laughs out of it. It's a good time. So
this one made me chuckle the least, but none of this makes me want it to go away. Like I want it to keep going. I don't care. I don't think we need the themes as much. Maybe keep that as more of a special thing, pay-per-views or anything like that. Just do stupid detective bullshit.
Yeah, because Pulp Fiction came out in, 91, 92, something like that. Maybe it was a little bit later than that, but...
sorry, I was only like 4 or 5.
Right. So all the references that were in Pulp Fiction felt really dated because it's a really old movie. So
fucking basketball
that was a bit
pump for the needle.
That was a bit obnoxious. I did like the Ascension bringing up the idea. You didn't even solve the 2B case. It's obviously the Bludgeon Brothers. So I like that.
Bludgeon Brothers.
So we did get another Bludgeon Brothers vignette, I guess you'd call it.
This is the only thing I missed. Did I miss anything?
They were in the woods this time, and they bludgeoned something. They hammered at the ground or at the camera or something. They said their names again. This time when they said Bludgeon Brothers, they kind of shut instead of kind of droning it like this.
Bludgeon Brothers.
They were like, Bludgeon Brothers! So they were a little more into synchronized saying of Bludgeon Brothers this time. But yeah, I don't know. This is one of those things for me. So dumb, it's good.
It feels like we got Southpaw going on right now.
Right, exactly. This is Southpaw. This embodied. This is when these two maniacs come out with their Halloween store hammers in a couple of weeks or whenever they finally make their debut. And if they own it the right way, I don't have much faith in Rowan, but I think Harper might be able to pull this off. But we'll see. But yeah, this definitely falls into the category of I don't know, car wreck entertainment or something. You just can't look away. And
I just don't want Breezango to get buried because they're the new tag team coming in, even though they've been around. They're making their return.
Sorry to burst the bubble.
I don't want that to happen, damn it.
But it's okay because the Bludgeon Brothers can come in. They can squash the Ascension. Here come the Breezango to make the save. They have the feud with the Bludgeon Brothers. The Bludgeon Brothers probably win and go on to the tag team title picture. And there's your WrestleMania match. Bludgeon Brothers versus the Usos or something. Yeah.
Maybe a triple threat with New Day.
Maybe you get Breezango in there. Maybe you do all 7.
Tornado tag.
All 7 tags.
Or maybe you can get the Bludgeon Brothers against like AJ Styles, Ty Dillinger. Throw them some more random names. Just get a bunch of them together. Baron Corbin can throw in there.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Just a big old TLC match. Just get it going.
Baron Corbin took on Sin Cara in a match.
Wow, is this his first TV debut this year?
I think so. Baron Corbin before the match says the U.S. Open Challenge is closed forever. Sin Cara hit a big dive on Corbin to the floor and won with a countout.
Wait. So Sin Cara won with a countout after
I don't get it.
Corbin beat AJ Styles last week clean.
Correct.
Why?
Okay. That's neat.
So we're burying the other lead from SmackDown, the Jinder Mahal challenge for Survivor Series, which of course was Brock Lesnar. I do like this idea that they're keeping. They have done a good job keeping SmackDown and Raw talent separate, and that Survivor Series is the quote one pay-per-view a year where they all come in and commingle or whatever. So I like that aspect of it. I'm mildly interested in the match only because I want to see Brock Lesnar come in, F5 Jinder, and get the fuck out of there. A 30-second match. And it'll probably end up being the other way around and Jinder winning with the Colossus. But Jinder, he comes out to do this promo. Before the promo, they talk about how Jinder was in India this last week. They said Michael Cole, who was on commentary on SmackDown this week, because I love it. Tom Phillips was on assignment. I love when they say somebody is on assignment. But anyway, Michael Cole said on commentary that Jinder will be defending the title, the WWE title, on December 8th and 9th in India. So basically giving away the idea that Jinder is going to hold this title until that time. Now, of course, we all know things can change, but probably not. But the interesting part also in this Jinder challenging Lesnar, he of course is saying, he tells a made-up story about some boy in India.
That was not made up, Tommy.
I knew it was made up when this quote boy referenced the WWE universe not being behind Jinder in the United States. No one in the world refers to the fans as the WWE universe, especially not some boy in India. But I digress. He tells that story. He says the boy and Jinder agree that there is nobody left to challenge Jinder. He has beaten everyone of significance on the SmackDown roster. So after he challenges Brock Lesnar, out of course comes AJ Styles. So I like this idea, AJ challenging for the title, but because of the December thing, because he doesn't defend the title at Survivor Series, it's a non-title match between Jinder and Brock Lesnar. I fear that this will be a filler feud between now and Survivor Series, where it will just be AJ Styles losing to Jinder in the end. In the end again. So I don't like that.
No.
Would I like to see AJ win the title? Yes, of course. We all want to see it.
What are the Indians going to want to see more? AJ Styles with the title.
Make SmackDown interesting again. That's all I want. That being said, I'm still watching every week because of the Bludgeon Brothers.
Can I side note here?
No.
Yes. Okay.
What else?
I don't know, maybe this was an old promo that was playing on the radio, but I heard a promo for TLC. They mentioned Samoa Joe, technically the number one
Probably
contender.
an old one. A lot of these fucking radio stations.
And they do say number one contender. So that's what makes me feel like it old. But could you see Joe coming back for any reason?
I believe. Well, he could be back by
Not on
this
a week
time.
notice.
Well, I mean, I forget. It was a knee injury, correct?
Yeah.
But I don't believe it was. It was like an 8-week deal, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, were they going to be like, hey, Brock Lesnar is here, and then have Joe come down? Like,
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I had the info. I felt it needed to be
he certainly
said.
could make an appearance in that that big main event with Roman Reigns in there. But he's already. I mean, you've got Kane, you've got Strowman in there. There's not a whole lot of reason for.
that's what I find fascinating, though, is Brock Lesnar's not even being in his own hometown to fucking with his strap? Like,
he's going to be in Green Bay the next day.
oh, nice.
And remember, Brock's in Canada right now too. So
Right.
Yeah, because he gives zero fucks about what you think.
it's a true story. He does not. I don't think he considers Minneapolis any kind of home other than that's where he went to college. Because he grew up in the sticks. He's always been a country guy. Lives in Canada now. So I don't think it matters to him that much. And he's going to be.
But he knows the pop he gets here. Look at the last time when he was here.
Right.
That crowd couldn't, like, he was trying to be the bad guy. And
But they're going to pop for him in Green Bay. He's going to come out to answer the Jinder challenge on Raw in Green Bay. He's going to get the babyface pop there anyway.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So that being said, what else from SmackDown here?
What else?
What else?
Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler,
that's
the
neat.
rematch from
super
Hell
neat.
in a Cell. This time, Dolph Ziggler got his win back. Roll up with the tights. So now,
Oh, joy.
yep, we'll get a continuation of this. Of course, Aiden English singing in the back, going up to randos in the hallway, saying, "Hey, you should really listen to me when I sing." Then the New Day come out and celebrate with Aiden and make people celebrate with them instead of Aiden.
What are they celebrating?
Of course, they're celebrating Rusev Day.
Yes!
Rusev comes out. He's not happy at the New Day throwing cereal everywhere, and Rusev Day is very serious, and it's not a joke at all.
Rusev Day is not a joke.
It's Rusev Day.
Not the time.
I just love that it's not a good time. Not right now. Rusev is killing it. Please give Rusev something
hell
awesome
yeah.
to do. So it looks like we're kind of Rusev and New Day. Maybe Rusev Big E. That would be hot, right?
I'd take it.
So I like that.
Did Kofi cut his dreads off?
I didn't notice one way or another. Maybe they were shorter.
I saw him like post an Instagram thing with like a bunch of dreads that cut off. So I was like,
I saw that too. So yeah, he might have cut some off. They could have been shorter.
It could have been.
So
What else?
yeah. So that's pretty much SmackDown. The Usos did get interviewed, and Gable and Benjamin kind of walked up to them and kind of mocked them a little bit in the interview. Of course, Gable and Benjamin won the #1 contender, so
Gave him the old too slow.
exactly. They went in for the handshake after mocking them a little bit. Usos bit on it, and they're like, nope. So I like Gable and Benjamin kind of sticking it to the Usos a little bit, and that'll probably be a match, probably before Survivor Series, being that we're quite a ways away from it yet.
God,
So.
I can't believe how long we have to wait after TLC for another pay-per-view.
I'm excited for that Survivor Series, man. I like that they're, like the cruiserweights are already kind of, hinting at a big, cruiserweight thing going on, and
Yep.
the champions going at it. It's like, yeah, this is how Survivor Series should feel.
Yeah, it'll be a cool big deal, an inter-brand pay-per-view with Survivor Series matches and champion on champion matches.
But the fact that the fucking championships and the Intercontinental Championship isn't going to be defended until after.
Well, and you can lay seeds for different things here.
Gross.
I mean, like again, we've been seeing
does that
Ambrose and Rollins, jaw-jacking with the Usos. You could have Usos show up on Raw for no reason and just attack Ambrose and Rollins, setting up small things. But I like the invasion angle, the idea of like people sneaking into SmackDown, people sneaking into Raw, causing havoc.
That's all right. I actually kind of like the idea of keeping them completely separate, but talking shit on the different brands,
You
and
bitches.
then they don't actually. But that's all right too. I mean, that can be exciting when somebody unexpected shows up. So I'm not completely knocking that either. So, all right, let's change it up. Let's get into NXT this week.
Change the subject.
NXT.
Hey, I did watch NXT this week.
Nice work, my friend.
And you were there.
So we're,
And you were there.
NXT continuing to build towards NXT TakeOver Houston, is it? Yes.
War Games.
And War Games, yeah. We had the Undisputed Era versus Sanity in the main event. All signs pointing, and I've stayed spoiler-free here for the most part, but it looks like it might be 3 teams in War Games between Undisputed Era, Sanity, and the Authors of Pain,
Well,
possibly.
it's the full teams, right? It's all 3 guys from each team, correct? Sanity and Undisputed in the match.
I don't. That's the thing is I don't know yet. I don't
because that's the part that would confuse
me
with AOP all of a sudden showing up.
Yeah.
Well, AOP have the history with with Sanity and a little bit, not so much with Undisputed Era.
Does AOP need a third member? Fuck no! Look at those fucking monsters.
You could go. They could recruit Lars Sullivan or
Oni Lorcan.
Oni Lorcan, possibly. I liked Oni Lorcan talking about give me Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. So that's fun stuff too. Undisputed Era and Sanity ends up in a DQ. So again, building towards whatever they're going to do for War Games here. So we'll stay tuned and stay spoiler free as much as possible here. Sonya Deville, Ember Moon, and Ruby Riott in a 3-way match to determine the next person that's going to be in the 4-way at TakeOver Houston for the women's title. Ember Moon gets the win there. She pins Ruby Riott after an eclipse on Sonya Deville, who was taking advantage of Ruby Riott injured ankle after Riott hit a big dive off the top rope to the floor where she hit her ankle on that damn ramp.
They got to change that shit.
It's dangerous shit.
I love that they worked that into the match. And Sonya Deville definitely looking improved to me. Nice submissions in the match, good striking. Of course, Ember Moon and Ruby Riott haven't been disappointing at all, really. And I like Ember Moon getting the win here and getting into the match. Later in the show, with Regal talking about what's the fourth match, the last match going to be, fucking Billie Kay was so great as a heel reacting to Regal's announcement. She's like, you're gonna put me into a match. You're gonna put me right into the 4-way. Da da da. She's making her case, and Regal's like, we're gonna have a battle royal. And I have never seen somebody roll their eyes so hard. Oh my god, it was so good. I like.
Well, her and Peyton Royce is bouncing back at each other. Like those two are fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah,
they're just fun.
Iconic duo, baby.
Top heels,
and then they just fucking walk away pouting. It's such awesomeness.
Yeah, great stuff. I fully expect Peyton or the other one, Clinton Dix.
Clinton Dix.
He got it.
I still can't think of. I just had it.
Billie Kay.
Billie Kay. I fully expect Billie Kay to win the damn battle royal, probably with some skullduggery from Peyton Royce. But we'll see next week. They showed a lot of Mae Young contenders in that the picture of who's going to be in the battle royal. So it should be a fun.
I think it'll be somebody else.
Any predictions on who it might be?
Your prediction.
I haven't taken a close enough look at the picture, honestly.
Okay. Any thoughts, Taco? Do you think it's going to be Billie Kay getting in there?
It would kind of make more sense to put Billie Kay in there just to get that 2-on-1, it adds more credibility to their sides because they've definitely hold their own in the ring, but they're still kind of like the ditzy, iconic.
And then we've got a lot of time to build up to the match. You know what we could do?
I'm going to make this a tag team match.
Tag team matches to build up to, because you could have Kyrie and Ember Moon tag up, and so they could go against each other. So,
Candice LeRae is going to be in there.
Yeah, I saw her.
That's dope.
Of course, Billie Kay is like front dead row center in that picture.
Abby Lath was in there.
Bianca Belair is going to be in it.
A bunch of other people from the Mae Young Classic. So
that one chick with the arms and the hair.
Yeah,
she was in that one match.
What is that?
Yeah, she was wearing like those one clothes.
Oh yeah, she
what
had
else?
that move.
Comes to a screeching halt. Aleister Black beat Raul Mendoza. This continues the saga of Velveteen Dream trying to get Aleister Black to acknowledge him
looked at him.
Say his name.
He looked good in his vest, though.
Velveteen Dream stole his vest.
He looked tough.
Raul did hit a big dive with Velveteen Dream.
Big dive from Raul.
Doing the distraction, but I can't believe I'm interested in a match that they're building up between Aleister Black and Velveteen Dream.
And they can't even lock eyes with each other.
Right? No,
that says so much.
Touched each other.
I'm into it. I want Aleister Black to kick his face off as soon as they get in the ring. It's not going to happen,
right?
But I'm into it anyway. The Charlie St. Cloud interview of Drew McIntyre. I like this. It was different.
Yeah.
It was. It felt real. So I didn't mind that part.
It was very intimate too, and I like that he brought up the story. Like, I called my dad. Even my dad was like, "What the fuck are you gonna do after he got fired from the WWE?" Like,
right, talked about his redemption story, how he was the chosen one the first time,
and I like the St. Cloud bra too. She was just so natural too, and and
acted like a human being, and, and went back and forth with him, not like a robot. That
it was
nice.
like almost like I was watching an episode of Extra or something, like where they're like, "Oh, we got Johnny Depp on set, we're bullshitting with him." Like, but I like that NXT or like just WWE needs to bring more of this out.
Yep. I can't disagree with that. They did get a little WWE in there because Selena Vega came in and dismissed Charlie St. Cloud. Get out of here with your second-rate town last name, and continued the interview saying that she kind of compared Galloway with Andrade Cien Almas, making an unfair comparison, of course, because that's what a heel does. And Drew says, well, why don't you bring Andrade Cien Almas next time, and he can challenge me to my own face. And
I actually, even though it was WWE-esque, I guess, I thought it was different in my mind. Like, her just interrupting, coming in, and like sitting down calmly and having a conversation with him.
Right.
Talking to him, and his calm, centered response, and just she walks up and leaves, and he's just like, all right, was that it?
You're right, and that's a really good point, because it was WWE, but it wasn't WWE at all. It wasn't your screaming promo and get the, what are you doing here, lady?
like I want to bring it up too, because it's like, typical WWE fashion would be like, so Baron Corbin, what'd you think of the match tonight? Well, blah, interruption, where this one was just question. You learn, talking, interview, and just everything just felt so natural. Slow down a bit. Let it tranquilo.
Right. And you could almost see something like this happening for real, almost, so that was a big
even
part of
after everything was said and done, and he shoot her away, like, go get your guy and make him look me in the eye and make him challenge me if he really wants this championship fight. And then, she said fine and walked away. And then, like, just I like that little interaction of, Drew McIntyre being all like, what the fuck was that about? And just him, like, talking to the backstage producer, and as the camera's kind of panning away a little bit, I like that, like, that 3-second clip of them just like, what the fuck? That was so random. And that
was the best awkward moment that WWE has ever done, because they typically they do the awkward moment at the end of the promos where they zoom in on the interviewer's face and they just stone face like that. Like, this was a good awkward moment.
Yeah,
it was one that made sense.
I like that they're fucking around with shit like this on NXT, and hopefully we can get in the future.
Cassius Ohno took on Cesar Bononi. Ohno won with the rolling elbow to the back of the head. Bononi got a good deal of offense in here. Didn't quite dominate, but kind of a showcase here for.
Did better than I thought he was going to do.
Right.
What the hell are we doing with Cassius Ohno?
I don't know. He's just kind of there right now, and he's just kind of there for me. I don't have much of an interest in what he's doing, really. He kind of had the thing with Clinton Dix a couple of...
Clinton Dix.
Dude, where the fuck is he?
Yeah, he's kind of been MIA a little bit too. But again, it's the slow burn. We've got like a month before TakeOver Houston, so certainly we don't need Ohno and Itami again.
But I'd rather kind of at this point Itami on my TV and not Ohno, because Ohno is just kind of, oh, hey guys, you want to go like meet up at catering or something? Like,
yeah.
No. Itami, like, he came in with like, it's Kenta, and oh my god, this guy, fucking, he's a monster. Absolutely. He's a beast, and it's just injury really set him back, and it's just like, you really got to focus on this guy if you really want to have some faith in him, because he's not a young buck.
Correct. The only other thing from NXT, they teased the Undisputed Era trying to recruit
Clinton Dix
once again.
Roderick Strong.
Clinton Dix.
Roderick Strong. And again, a nice touch. They did the security footage from the Performance Center.
With the correct date in the corner.
Always a nice touch. But yeah, so I like the way that they did that. So continuing to tell the story of the Undisputed Era, trying to recruit this guy who really does kind of need a fresh, something new. The babyface thing just isn't working. I think we're all kind of in agreement on that. We need something different from Roderick Strong. Maybe, and I'm sure there's a lot of fans out there that probably disagree, because they did do a really good job presenting him in that program versus Bobby Roode, and we just haven't really seen anything else since then. So I guess I wouldn't mind like an Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, match back and forth. That would be a good stopgap before Roderick completely turns or something like that. Or you could certainly have him face all of the guys from Undisputed Era and have it culminate in something. Who knows?
Like a 1 versus 3 in a TLC match?
No, just even one-on-one matches that build up. And, with Adam Cole kind of being the leader, he has to go through O'Reilly, go through Fish, finally face Cole for whatever.
But with setting up for, I know there's a lot of space between now and NXT Houston. Do you? Holy shit, that was a good one.
I don't get it. What does that mean?
With all the space in between.
Skullduggery.
How are you supposed to fit that in? Honestly, with them, you got Undisputed fighting with Sanity. They're probably.
I'm not even saying
involved.
I'm not even saying between now and then. I just like it kind of as a side story. But certainly with. It could come into play, and it probably will with this War Games thing. Maybe Roderick ends up joining them reluctantly and then ends up feuding with them after the fact. Lots of different ways you could go. Yeah. Certainly he could just fully join in at some point, too, and be part of the Undisputed
team. Or maybe he faces Hideo Itami on the pre-show.
Certainly a possibility. That's NXT. Let's wrap the show up with some
Change the subject.
Lucha Underground.
Over.
Yeah,
that's tonight.
Yeah, the last episode of Lucha Underground is airing tonight. We record the show on Wednesdays, of course, so we are perpetually a week behind on Lucha Underground. I will continue.
Probably for only one more week.
Exactly. That's the thing. It feels like lame duck programming at this point. We haven't heard anything about a new season. Ricochet.
They said they're going to have an announcement regarding the state of the company during the final episode. So
everything that I have heard from the dirt sheets that I read and listen to and out the podcasts and whatnot, the people that invested in the first 3 seasons are not interested in investing any more money. It's been an expensive show to produce. It's been a good show, but nobody's watching it. It's it's getting 150,000 viewers per week, which is like half of what Impact is doing.
It's the channel though. Like
right.
It's one of my favorite channels. El Rey Network is, but not many people have it. And then when you have like Comcast cable and you have to have like their highest tier channel lineup just to get the El Rey Network, and it's not even HD.
Right. Yeah, it was. Thank goodness it
Sling TV is the best option if you want El Rey.
Yep, Sling TV is great. DirecTV did recently move El Rey to high def earlier this year. Maybe just a couple months ago, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It was low def. It was one of the newer cable channels that there was out there.
But then you would watch like the on demand service of something from El Rey, and it's perfect HD. And it's like you guys have the technology.
That was one of the reasons why I was always behind on Lucha Underground, because I would wait for the on demand episode to come out so I could watch it in high def. So. But yeah, so this is the third of the 4 Ultima Lucha Trace episodes.
I did watch this one.
So yeah, I will still contend so far the best match, Dante Fox versus Killshot in the Hell of War match. Again, insane match, and I actually got to I don't know if I talked about this, but when I was in Chicago this past weekend, I got to see Shane Strickland, a.k.a. Killshot. I bought a T-shirt. A.R. Fox, Dante Fox, was there as well. Again, night 1 was the night he was out there selling T-shirts, and I was I was shy. I was in shock of these stars. I was hoping, well, he'll be out here night 2. He didn't come out to sell T-shirts and autographs on night 2, so I didn't get a chance to give him money because I wanted to give these guys. But I did do it with Strickland.
Awesome.
I bought his T-shirt, and typically it wouldn't be the kind of T-shirt I would buy. He's kind of just a guy. And before this match, wasn't really a guy that I noticed. A good wrestler, very athletic, and I love the guy. He's awesome. He was great at AAW in Chicago, but again, this fucking match that they had a few weeks ago. So it was kind of a continuation on this week's episode because Killshot and Dante Fox had to team up with Damac to take on the Reptile Tribe for the Trios titles. Now, nothing much to say about the match itself other than I found this out when I was talking to Mr. Strickland in Chicago. They had to record this match the day after the Hell of War match. So their backs.
You could see it though, like
insane.
I'm sorry to cut you off,
go
but
ahead.
like it was really fun watching this match because the moves they were using were avoiding their backs.
Yes.
Like, so that was really interesting. Like, it just added a new level to those two superstars to put on a good fucking match. It was a fun match especially for a 3-on-3 match because those would be hectic, definitely. And
when you got Luchasaurus in there.
and these guys aren't just doing, just like quick arm drags or something simple. No, they're fucking flying around, smashing into each other and avoiding their back.
Yeah, I was telling Joe, like, Dante Fox was like hitting the ropes gingerly, avoiding getting thrown into the corner and things like that. So, and then he comes out, he's got the t-shirt on, but then by the end of the match, the t-shirt's gone, the bandages are off, he's bleeding again, because again, he had glass in his back, and they
He had a chunk out of his goddamn back.
Yeah, and they showed like the fleshy chunk that was missing out of his back at one point. It was just like, it was just so, but it was a cool story because Mac, Killshot, and Dante Fox won the trios titles here. So,
and I just like that too because it's like they fucking hate each other, but both of their competitive natures, they want to win, and they did.
Right.
Like it was so awesome just to see, some sort of championship on these two guys after that fucking war they did. Because like I said, I had the same opinion. I was like, oh my God, I just want to be like, here's money, guys. Like, I know you got bills to pay. Shit.
Right. And even like Vampiro on commentary was like, well, these two went to war with each other, literally, and now they have that mutual respect, and they're going to work as a team here. So I liked all of that.
Does that AAW ever come up here, or do they stickly?
No, they're pretty much a Chicago promotion. They're in suburban Chicago. They're at the Berwyn Eagles Club is where I saw them. And then they also run in LaSalle, Illinois, which is about 90 minutes away. And those were the only buildings that they were advertising while I was there. So I don't know if they run in other ones, but I think they stick around that area. Pretty much those two buildings, I think, for the most part.
Okay.
But back to Lucha Underground here. Other stuff from this week's Ultima Lucha Trace Part 3, Taya versus Sexy Star in the last Luchadora standing match. This was a brawl all over the place. Taya brings a bat to the ring. They show each other that they have brass knuckles early in the match, but they never end up using the brass knuckles. Taya bleeds during the battle on the floor. Sexy Star then busts a bottle on Taya's head while she's bleeding, making her bleed more. And then Taya...
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Taya ends up stacking 2 tables, and then both of them fall off the camera platform into the tables, and it is, unfortunately, Sexy Star getting to her feet first and winning the match. But at the time, her being the babyface, and this was the natural story that they were telling with Taya being her adversary. So again, good storytelling. It's just that nobody likes Sexy Star anymore.
Has there been any news on Sexy Star?
It doesn't matter. She's on Sexy Star.
She's still a bitch.
She's maskless now.
She's still. Is she maskless again?
Last I saw that she was wrestling under without the mask now.
Okay, well,
I saw
who is booking her? Like
exactly.
I think it's AAA or whatever. That
I didn't
Mexican
look into
promotion.
it. I want to say it might have been a Progress or Evolve show last couple of days within the week, and I guess another one of the guys on there kind of went that route of Sexy Star and purposely injuring someone. I don't have names or records.
Like they were talking about it? What do you mean?
Yeah, well, I just saw a little kind of blip pop up the other day. It was like, hey, everyone's bagging on Sexy Star, but fuck this guy, and I just didn't get to read the article, see what the situation was.
They were talking shit about somebody else.
Yeah, sounds like another, some guy, I want to say Progress or Evolve, one of those kind of shows. Like, he kind of went out of his way to fuck someone up on purpose. So
interesting. I have to look into that. Yeah, because,
maybe I can find it, retweet it.
Okay, yeah, both of those are under the WWN Live thing, which is part of that whole Flow Slam eruption, too. So a lot more interesting turmoil coming out of that situation, sounds like. Back to Ultima Lucha Tres Part 3 as we try to keep things on track here. Let's see. The main event was Son of Havoc versus Pentagon Dark. This was the Gift of the Gods ladder match.
Now, is this a no disqualifications at ladder match?
Well, it is a ladder match, so it must, of course, be
This match, anything goes.
Son of Havoc places a ladder into Pentagon's crotch at one point and swings a chair like a baseball bat at the other end of the ladder several times into Pentagon's crotch.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Pentagon sets up a table, but Son of Havoc side suplexes Pentagon through it off a ladder leaning in the corner. Son of Havoc goes for a top rope shooting star. Pentagon counters into the cutter. Pentagon package pile drives Son of Havoc onto the top of 4 chairs put together. So a package pile driver on top of 4 chairs. Pentagon builds a bridge between the ropes and a ladder in the middle of the ring and sets up a table next to it. They battle on the bridge after Pentagon goes for the belt. Pentagon chokeslams Son of Havoc through the table off of the bridge and then takes down the title for the win. So we got a very interesting situation with Pentagon having the Gift of the Gods title going into the title match between...
Something we've been waiting 3 years for.
Right, we got it going into the title match between Mundo and Prince Puma. So certainly speculation is that Pentagon could possibly enter himself into that match or challenge quickly thereafter after somebody wins the match between those two.
I kind of hope that if they don't bring back Lucha Underground for a 4th season, that we just get like a TV show on L-Rate Network following around Dario Cueto's life. Like, book that shit.
That would be very interesting.
Like, what's he like at home?
So after all of this, the creepy face-painted Vampiro...
Be like Chris Lee knows best, but Cueto knows best.
I'm in. Sign me up. Take my money. Creepy face-painted Vampiro asks Puma if he's ready, and they're in another temple setting. Puma's sitting cross-legged on the floor. He's surrounded by candles. Puma says he is ready and leaves. Then a creepy whisper out of nowhere tells Vampiro, "You have
your penis."
What does that mean?
No, he didn't say that.
What else?
He said, "You have done well," and Vampiro says, "Thank you, Master." So some creepy, underworldly type stuff going on with Vampiro kind of coaching Puma into this championship match. So who knows what kind of things will erupt during the main event of Ultima Lucha Tres Part 4 this week, the last episode of Lucha Underground until further notice.
What do we got on there? Just main events, Mundo and Ray?
God, I forget. No, it's the main event, Mundo and Puma.
Oh, Puma.
El Dragon Azteca Jr. versus Matanza. And I'm
Did we miss Ray's match? He's gonna be fighting someone.
Well, he had the match
With Puma right before the...
Yeah, but that was before Ultima Lucha. I don't know if he's got an Ultima Lucha match, actually. Because I think he kind of left mid-season.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if he's got a match. So anyway, well, we'll watch it this week.
I know WWE's been advertising a lot of Rey Mysterio shit.
They've been bringing him up a lot lately with
Hispanic History Month going
on,
and
with Kalisto winning the championship on what was it, Eddie Guerrero's birthday.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it's been kind of in the narrative, so I certainly wouldn't rule it out to see him come back. But he's been doing a lot of other indie stuff, too, so I think he's certainly not a guy who's going to go on the road full-time at this point. So I'm thinking he's doing stuff in Mexico, doing indie stuff in the UK here and there.
Yeah.
So Ray's probably good with what he's doing. So is he a guy that's been entered into the Hall of Fame yet? That certainly would be a possibility to bring him back for that. So
I think we still got time before that.
I think he'd retire and then it'll happen.
Sure. Yeah, there's certainly that. So that's going to do it, I think, for this week. But before we get out of here, we got to have the WWE tweet. Now it's time for
The WWE Tweet of the Week.
This week's tweet comes from Tucker Knight. You can follow Tucker at Tucker Knight WWE. Cool Runnings is a timeless classic. Can't think of a better way
not wrong.
to end the show. Yeah. So, like I said at the beginning of the whoops. 2 weeks in a row, I hit the intro one again. Anyway, you know what? Here, I'm going to fade that one out. We're going to start the other one just so it doesn't end early again. Anyway, so what was I saying? Just like I said at the beginning of the show, please rate, review, and subscribe if you like the show. Give us a 5-star rating. Tell your friends on social media at BPW Podcast. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Best Pro Wrestling Podcast. Go to the website, bestprowrestlingpodcast.com. Subscribe to this show and to Strong Honor on its own original feed if you want to hear us talk about New Japan, Ring of Honor, and my weekend in Chicago as well. You can follow...
Drinking A&W root beer and AA show.
You got that right. And drinking Coors Light out of red cups. Follow me on Twitter at Tommy Stryker. Join the conversation. Spell Stryker with a Y. Taco, where can people find you?
You can follow me on Snapchat, Twitter at HGREB Taco.
You can follow me, Joe, at JoeBPWP. That's at Joe, Best Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Thanks for checking out the Best Pro Wrestling Podcast. Bye.
Peace.
Samoa Joe.
I don't get it. What does that mean?
Distraction. Too many distractions.
That is so profane, Dana, and rude.
I have to adjust Joe for the different microphone.
Ah, yes. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Ooh. Hi.